Former President Uhuru Kenyatta has expressed deep sorrow following the death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, describing the loss as both personal and national. In his message, the former head of state spoke with emotion, revealing how the news of Raila passing has left him shaken and reflected about their long intertwined journey in Kenya's political landscape. Raila Odinga passed away on the morning of Wednesday, October 15, 2025, while undergoing treatment in India. Reports from his medical team indicated that he suffered a cardiac arrest during a morning walk within the premises of a Ayurvedic wellness facility where he had been receiving treatment. Raila had been in India for several weeks seeking specialized therapy after experiencing a recurrent health complication in the recent months. Doctors attending to him say the cardiac arrest occurred suddenly and all effort to resuscitate him were unsuccessful. Uhuru Kenyatta said Raila Odinga was not just a political figure, but a man whose presence shaped Kenya's democratic history. He recalled how Raila's voice had once thundered across the nation, carrying a message of conviction, courage, and a relentless fight for justice. To him, Raila was a man whose strength of character demanded respect even from his fiercest rivals. If the former president reflected on their years of political competition, a period marked by intense rivalry, national division, and moments that tested Kenya's unity. Uhuru acknowledged that while they stood on opposite sides for many years, their paths often crossed in service to the same people. Despite the tension of those political battles, Uhuru admitted that Raila's determination and clarity of purpose made him shape his own vision and strengthen his resolve as a leader. He remembered Raila Odinga as a man who stood challenges or who could challenge ideas with intelligence and passion, even in a disagreement. Uhuru said Raila's belief in the power of dialogue and democracy never wavered. Their political clash were fiery, but they always carry an undercurrent of mutual respect rooted in their shared desire to make Kenya better. Uhuru Kenyatta also looked back on the critical moments that changed the course of their relationship. The 2018 handshake after the division of 2017 general election. Kenya was at a crossroad. Protests had erupted across the country, and political tension was threatening to tear the nation apart. It was during this time that Uhuru and Raila Odinga set aside their rivalry and came together to promote peace and reconciliation. That public show of unity, known as the handshake, symbolized a new chapter for the two leaders. Uhuru described this period as one of the transformation, not only for the country, but for their personal relationship. The one's fiery opponent became partners, working towards the same goal, building a more peaceful and cohesive Kenya. Throughout this partnership, the two men initiate discussion and a project under the Building Bridges Initiative, better known as BBI, which sought to address long-standing issues such as inclusivity, corruption, and electoral injustice. While the initiative later faced legal and political challenges, the spirit behind it showed their shared commitment to melding division that had defined Kenya's politics for decades. Uhuru Kenyatta's message reveals that beyond politics, a genuine friendship had grown between him and Raila Odinga. He spoke of a private conversation that often went beyond politics, where they shared thoughts about Kenya's future, the challenges of leadership, and the hopes of uniting a diverse nation. This exchange is said to reveal Raila's depth, wisdom, and unwavering faith in the power of the people. The former president acknowledged that Raila's political journey was one of a sacrifice and resilience. He remembered how Raila had endured imprisonment, exile, and political isolation in his long struggle for democracy. Despite this hardship, Raila never gave up on his vision of a fair and just Kenya. To Uhuru, this perseverance defined Raila's legacy and earned him the respect of millions across the country. Uhuru Kenyatta noted that Raila's later years were marked by a softer bond between them, one shaped by mutual trust and understanding. Their shared moments during national events and state functions reflected a unity of purpose that many Kenyans admired. Even after Uhuru left office, the two continued to stay in touch, discussing national issues and maintaining a relationship built on respect and experience. The message also carried a deep personal tone as Uhuru expressed grief for losing a man he called a brother and a friend. He spoke of the silence left behind by Raila's absence and the emptiness that comes when a towering figure departs from the national stage. Uhuru said that the void was not only political but emotional, felt by both leaders and citizens who have worked with Raila through Kenya's difficult journey to democracy. He extended his condolences to Raila's widow, Mama Ida Odinga, and the entire Odinga family. He acknowledged the sacrifice they have made as Raila dedicated much of his life to the service of the nation. Uhuru said that Kenya shared in the pain because Raila was not just a husband and a father to his family, but a father figure to the nation. Uhuru Kenyatta emphasized that Raila's contribution went far beyond politics. He described him as a national symbol of courage and justice, whose influence stretched across generations. From the fight for multi-party democracy in the 1980s and 1990s to his role as a prime minister in the Grand Coalition government, Raila's impact remained evident in the Kenya's government's social reforms and the spirit of reliance that defined its people. In his tribute, Uhuru painted a picture of a man who spent his entire life in the service for this country, for opposing one party rule to calling for electoral justice. Raila Odinga became a symbol of resistance and hope for many Kenyans. He inspired both his supporters and rivals to think beyond political division and focus on what truly matters: the unity and stability of the nation. As Uhuru message continued, it was clear that his bond with Raila has transcended politics. He described the late leader as a mirror through which he measured his own leadership and values. Their shared moments of reflection, he said, often reminded him that friendship is not about power, but about purpose and people. The message concluded with a reflection on the mark Raila Odinga left on Kenya's history, who said that Raila's work and sacrifice would forever be woven in the nation's identity. Every reform achieved, every freedom defended, and every act of reconciliation would carry Raila's imprint.